are you all doing? Alright, so we're getting on a lot of subject here. Been a bit, so don't mind me, I'm also eating a little bit here. But yeah, so I'm trying to get a factor here of it is unbelievable in Pennsylvania. I'm gonna tell you what, Pennsylvania is crazy. But so is Washington D.C., right? I mean, come on, everything that's going on and affecting everybody. Well, that's because of D.C. I mean, come on. Only thing that's going on is D.C. is just constantly. I mean, Trump. I don't know. The whole factor of everything that's going on in Iran, which I believe there's other reasons that they're over there. I don't believe it's about us with gas and or oil or nothing like that. Like, and I think of what Iran was coming at us and that supposedly. Why? I mean, why would Iran come in? So I don't believe it because we've never had a problem with them before. So I don't believe nothing that's being said, what's being talked about, um, and I'm not really seeing any changes in that. I mean, have you anybody seen any changes? I mean, I haven't seen any changes for us. So, and with the constant lies, with everything going on, with UFOs, the constant use extraterrestrials, Men in Black, and yes, there was. I don't know. I haven't heard any reports lately, but then again, uh, it's hard to tell really because we're not getting those reports, and that's the thing. I mean, and that's what I believe. Sorry, there's a little too much light. Oh no, sorry. I have to work with that. Hang on. There we go. That's a little bit better. So, I mean, maybe there is, and we're just not hearing that now because, you know, they're not going to report everything. That's just them. They don't really like to report nothing. I mean, come on. Isn't that facts? It's facts. Like, come on. It is 100%. So, my whole thing is that a lot of things aren't being talked about that should have been talked about. And that's the thing. They're focusing on one thing. Like, come on. We have what they're calling Bigfoot, cavemen. Let's put it out there. They're cavemen. They're still alive. And also, there's other, mermaids, dinosaurs. Um, let's talk about what's going on in that ocean. I mean, something for a while was being reported of possibly attacking huge, and we're talking about a whale. I mean, come on, I've seen that. Um, how are you gonna hide that? A whale, and we're talking about one of the world's biggest whales. Okay, that missing half of it, and you could tell obviously it was yeah, it was definitely bitten in half. I mean, come on, there was definitely teeth marks. So that baffles me, and I don't know. It makes you wonder sometimes on what's going on and why ain't they telling us? Like, what's going on that you ain't sharing everything with us, and why are you hiding it? What is the purpose of hiding it for real? Like, that's what I don't understand. Is you keep hiding things from us. You don't want to tell us a lot, and there's a reason for it. Oops, sorry. And it just shocks me to want to figure it out. Hang on a minute. And that's what I don't understand. I mean, come on. What is the whole hush hush thing? What for? not telling us why or what's going on or the purpose behind it. I mean, that's what baffles me. And to make it a big secret, I mean, come on. I don't understand what the whole big secret is. Why to keep it a secret? I mean, eventually it's going to come out. I mean, everything comes out. I mean, look at obviously everything that's been coming out over the times and years and decades. I mean, look at Titanic. Starting to figure out some things, you know, and I heard some things. Let's put it that way. And yeah, which doesn't shock me. I mean, um, so the one story I'm hearing, which kind of makes sense, is about the reason they went after Germany to get involved in that was to level some of those uh, buildings that were the architecture was so advanced. I mean, architects. I gotta give it to architects. I mean, even back then, I mean, they could build some fancy homes, fancy buildings. Um, I mean, and it's pretty advanced. Uh, so, and then I'm seeing old videos that. I mean, I've seen videos that the dates are supposedly pre-existing video cameras. I mean, I don't know how true that one is. I mean, I haven't really dug into that one yet, um, which I'm going to. I mean, there's the possibility that I already figured everything's been a lie since they started to want to take over. Because the government was actually supposed to be working for us, and now they have it where we're working for them basically. IRS, you know, they're trying to force you to pay them. There's no law that you have to pay them. Look it up, Google it, please, please, everybody that's watching this, Google and see if there's a law that you have to pay the IRS. Because there's not. No, I already tried it. Um, the reason I got told about that by a former IRS employee. Listen, we're all into slavery. If you don't believe it, trust I'm about to shock you, right? So, when you get your check, it's taxed, right? Well, it's kind of funny how they tax your check, right? And then on top of that, everything you pay for, you're taxed, right? So if you're doing a mortgage, they tax that. Even rent, some places with rent, if you're paying by card, tax to use your card. Then they tax you if you got to pull money out, right? There's a fee. There's a fee if you got to pull money out if you're not with that bank or like with Cash App or because they don't have a bank around your area. They tax you, so it's called a fee. It's actually a tax to use their ATM. Your clothing tax, property tax if you're doing a mortgage, school tax, plenty more. Every time you buy, a car, tax. Every time you pay for your insurance, tax. Everything you're paying for is taxed. I mean, I'm telling you, and a lot of people don't say they say that food isn't supposed to be taxed. The only way you're not being taxed for food is if you're on welfare and you have a food stamp card. They take that tax away. So, fun fact. So, truthfully, in reality, I don't understand why they tax your check if you're going to be taxed again, anyhow, for everything that you spend your money on. See? Slavery. Slavery. And then I dare you, I triple dog dare you to get every pay stub and add up every bit of money that they took that's supposed to go in the IRS, right? And see if it adds up to you getting what you get back every year for when you file income tax. I guarantee you don't. I guarantee you don't. So this is how they do it. You know how they say you do 125,000 a year, 120,000 a year, so on and so forth, and backwards and forward. So you are seeing that when it's your whole check. Okay, before taxes. That's before taxes are taken out. So that's how they get you. Okay, they make you think that you're getting that yearly just from what you're getting paid plus income tax. You're not. You're not. And then they take your money. And then if you owe, say you were in jail, okay, you haven't paid that jail for being there, they'll take that money out, or whatever else you might have owed. They'll take that money out. That right there is a crime. That's theft. So you could sue them for that because the IRS is supposed to be voluntary. Voluntary. And it was established back then that it was supposed to be voluntary. Now they tried to get it that it would be a law and try to get it enforced that people would have to pay, but no one would go for it because that would include everybody, not just us. And therefore, no go. So they did it, they try to change it. So if the IRS sends you a letter saying that they're going to come after your stuff if you don't pay them, tell them, okay, take me to court. Because you have to go to court to get my stuff. So therefore, you tell them, go ahead, take me to court because there's no law. Tell them, there is no law. Show me a law that I have to pay you. What I can show you, Mr. IRS or Mrs. IRS, that it's a voluntary act if I wish to pay you. So far, you've been stealing from me because I never said since beginning of working times when I started working, from the very beginning when I very started working, since however old you started working, anywhere. Don't matter how many jobs you went through and all that. No, you were robbing me because I didn't sign nothing to agree anything. Therefore, you were stealing my money. So, if you really want to take me to court for my things, go ahead, because then I'm going to go to that judge, and then on top of it, after I sue you for all that money, I'm going to also go after you also for theft. Trust and believe they're going to change their attitude, and guess what? they'll drop it. And they might even settle, like to settle out of court, because you could still be like, well, I think I'm going to go after you still for the money that you took. I mean, because I need that money. I mean, come on, I have a living. But you can also go to court, and not too many people know this. You can also go to court and fill out paperwork to see a judge, so they don't take money out of your check no more. Now, you wouldn't be getting an income tax, but you wouldn't need it. You're getting your whole check every time you get paid. So you could just save it just like the IRS does, except they steal some of your money, like I said. Proven fact. They steal some of your money, and you don't say it. And you're not paying attention. I mean, come on. Not all of us pay attention, not even me. And then I started noticing it because I got woken up by an IRS former employee, and it blew my mind. Like I had to go back and look, and sure enough, 100% truth. And I was like, wow, these guys been robbing me blind. So, fun fact. Also, another fun fact. Some of these things are true. If you are, say, you're in court and they say the state is pursuing charges. You gotta say on the record, I wish to, is by law I have the right to face my accuser, and if I cannot face a human, man or woman accuser, then I want all charges to be dropped, and I want to file for a lawsuit for the fact that I was illegally being charged when there was no accuser. Fun fact. Oh, those charges will be dropped and you will be paid. Not much. I think they're going to settle like $60,000, $70,000. But hey, that's $60,000, $70,000 you didn't have. Hello. But back on the subject, this government has done nothing but rob us blind since day one. Sorry, I'm eating, guys. I wanted to get this video in and that. And that's what I'm saying. There's corruption everywhere. Pennsylvania is top number one. I'm gonna tell you that right now, and it's well known. Everybody talks about it. Didn't like the guy much, but Obama said one thing right. You might as well put a fence around the whole state of Pennsylvania and call it a prison state, because Pennsylvania has the most prisons than any other state. Shocking, right? The most prisons, including jails. So that's what baffles me. And Pennsylvania will throw you in jail for stupid stuff. And a constable told me it's supposed to be you're innocent until proven guilty, but he said in the state of Pennsylvania you're guilty until proven innocent, because right away you go to jail. Okay, so when they arrest you in other states, they take you in and book you by fingerprinting you, giving you paperwork that you'll be in. Not all. I mean, most of your states do this. They'll book you by taking you in picture, fingerprint, print out document, read off the charges that you're, supposedly being, charged, and you walk out the door. Depending on the crime, though, it depends on the crime. If it's something serious, like, a homicide, attempted homie, and it depends on how serious the aggravated assault is, as well. There will be possible jail. The homies, yeah, you're going to jail. You're going to jail, and no bond. But there is some states that it depends on the homie. You can get bail. And then, in some states, depending on the crime, they won't at all arrest you. Right on the spot, they'll just give you print out a paperwork that you go to court. So, if they're full, it all depends, and then you'll be processed, later on once you go to court and found guilty now. But that's only some states, not every single state is like that, so I can't guarantee that. Overseas, not too much crime happens overseas. I mean, petty stuff. There's a lot more petty stuff. I mean, you might have some homies and that from mentally ill people. But here's the thing, like, there's signs of those, and they don't help. Okay, I mean, they definitely don't help nobody here. They kick people to the curb and that, and don't care. I've seen a lot of people that are doing life in prison and they try to get help and were denied help, and they even said they were talking about hey, I need help, or I'm gonna hurt somebody, I'm gonna do something to somebody, and I don't want to do that. Get denied the help, and then lo and behold, now they're in jail doing life, which I don't think is right, because they were seeking help. And then I see a lot of these Facebook reels with this guy that goes around and helps drug addicts and alcoholics and that. Get him. He does a thing where he gets a GoFundMe and helps them get into a rehab. Real good guy. And then he also helps doing more to get them money and that to if they succeed. So if they succeed, they get rewarded and rewarded and rewarded and rewarded. And then if they complete everything, he helps them get a place through that GoFundMe. I mean, the money just keeps coming in for that person to help them, you know, uh, at least until they get a job and get on their feet. So definitely amazing guy. I mean, I've seen that. I don't know if you guys seen Matt Parker. He helps people that can't afford a mechanic to fix their car, and if their car is completely, they'll go and get start a GoFundMe for them and give them a car. Well, I'm in need of a car. Like, help me out, buddy. Like, yeah. I mean, I went through a situation just not long ago, and guess what? Now looking for a car. And not too many people are doing stuff out here to help, uh, especially with rides. I mean, but yeah. So, like I said, it's unbelievable. And Pennsylvania is the worst that I noticed. I mean, there's other states that probably might even be worse than Pennsylvania. I don't know. I haven't seen nothing really like Pennsylvania is the one I've dealt with the most problems with, and that's including PennDOT and that. Um, their corrupt is crazy. I mean, so I don't know if you guys heard about this. So if your car's in the garage and your car's gonna be months, and that's your only car, you're like, oh, well, I'm not gonna pay insurance on it if it's sitting in a garage because I'm not driving it, right? And then insurance claims that you have 90 days to reinstate your insurance, but right away they contact PennDOT, tell them, hey, this guy didn't pay his bill, and he's probably driving around the car illegally. And PennDOT reaches out, oh, you have 30 days to reinstate your license, yada yada, unless you sign this paperwork, which I know for sure I signed that paperwork because I've done it multiple times, and then they'd be okay with it. But anyway, they tried to say that I didn't say nothing, and now they wanted $619 to reinstate everything, and the $500 was towards the fee, basically like a fine. I was like, wow, a fine because my car was in the garage getting fixed, gonna take a while, long while, where I couldn't drive it, and wow, you just want to rob a person like they got $619 to throw out their pocket when they got rent and bills and all that to pay. Car payment too, for those that have car payment, like I didn't. So baffles me how they just like to rob people. And I'll tell you what, inspections are a joke. All it is about making more money. Because a lot of other states, right, they don't do a state or emissions inspection. Some might just do emissions and not state. But it's dirt cheap. And most likely they'll pass the car. Most likely. Now, they do have, in a lot of states, a front and back plate, which Pennsylvania has been talking about doing that. I heard multiple times about the possibilities of doing that. And that's just like, oh no, please no. Because that's more money in their pocket, and they don't need no more money. No. Already robbing, I don't know how many are in Pennsylvania, a lot, probably millions of people out of money. So, already with everything that they're doing. Plus, insurance is, I'll tell you what, insurance, I see some states it's cheap, like 20, $30 at the most for car insurance. Basic. Basic. They try to say full coverage. There's no way of it. Now, I think full coverage would be in the 70s to the $100 range for full coverage. But in Pennsylvania, it all depends on the car. I had a 2013 Chevy Camaro, and they wanted anything between $400 to $500 a month for that, and that's full coverage. You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. Plus, I was paying, well, the payments were $701.09 a month on top of that. So we gave up. I hated to do it, but we had to give up that car because I was just like, no. And then we went through cars that just people. I'll tell you what, people are not honest and sell you junky cars and get the most money for it, and it's like, and sometimes they even bypass the mechanic, and it's like, what the hell? So from now on, if you're buying a car from Marketplace or you go to a shady dealer, get a mechanic to fully look at it. Trust me. If you gotta pay a couple $100 or $100 and some, do it, because it's gonna be a lot worse if you get a vehicle that you gotta put tons of money into. I mean, especially if you make payments. So definitely get a car that has a warranty on it, and make sure that warranty covers engine and all that. So, but on the topic here, I did see some new UFO footage, and I'll tell you what, it's it's crazy because that footage was. I'm gonna put it through and see if it's AI, but I don't know. It didn't look AI because like I know what to look for because I've seen it so many times. Even the really good ones have that little faint tail mark, and this one didn't have that. So I definitely want to put that and see if that's AI or not. Like, if it's not, it's unbelievable. It's crazy. But remember, the government does have their own stuff there, so it could be a whole show. Um, there is a Project Bluebeam in order, which is believed to be the holograph of Jesus coming back and talking and that, and saying some hokey pokey. So I guess to follow your government or something like that, or do what they tell you, or whatever. Which I hope y'all don't like. It's in your Constitution laws that you can go after tyrants and get them out, but you would have to all band together to go after these people. Unfortunately, and that's the thing. So, but I think we do need somebody that's in our situation, not a politician that's been doing fake politics and knows how to sweet talk millions and billions of people into voting for him. So that's the truth there. Um, Honestly, like, I'm just looking at it as a perspective, and I think we all need to get together and just get rid of some of these people that are just not in our best interest, and that it never were, and get someone in there that's in our best interest, and find out the truth. I mean, we got so much extraterrestrials reports and UFOs and UAPs have been reported since 1700s, maybe even early, all the way up till now. So those kind of reports, I mean, that many, it's something. Now I'm not saying all of them are, actual extraterrestrials flying around in UFOs, because the government now has their own, and Bob Lazar came out with that, and I believe Bob Lazar, like, he was a well-known scientist in that, and did propulsion And for him to come out and say something like that, I mean, why would he take the risk of losing his job, losing his life, and all that? I mean, I wouldn't, possibly getting his family even harmed. Like, come on. So it don't make sense to me. It don't add up. And there's others that have come out. There's these recent scientists now that have disappeared, or you know, and I don't know. For them to disappear over a period of time, all the way up till now, they're trying again to blame Iran because Iran's trying to, I guess, get stuff or whatever. Um, I don't believe it. It's either them because these people have been speaking out, and one of them was a female. She recently spoke up, and she ended up, they found her, and and she even said, like, I think it was that day or the day before, she said that she's not, feeling that way, and she would never do something like that. So if something does happen to me, it's them. There was a lot of things that she did videos about that are telltale signs of energy weapon and that possibly being used in that to, I guess, scare her or intimidate her or something like that. But we all know the government is into that. They're well known for that. I mean, look at Trump. I don't know. Lately, he seems to be having tantrums when he don't get his way. Um, and Elon Musk, I've talked about him before, and I mean, that guy just popped out of nowhere. Is richer than anybody in the whole world now. Because I think it was what? I think it was Bill Gates, beside in the United States. Bill Gates was the richest of anybody, and now Elon Musk come over here. He's not, and he's European, and now he's richer than anybody, United States and overseas and anywhere else. So, it's just funny how he's next to the president all the time, always next to him, always around him. So I think he's the Antichrist. I really do. So be alone, be aware, because if he's already beside the president, we know days of coming to an end are coming. And I think it's after this, with Iran. I think that's what's, because we're already taking everybody off. We're taking Russia off, China off, Korea, both North and South, uh, Ireland, uh, and now Iran and Venezuela. I mean, come on. Um, so I'm just saying, it's just a matter of time. But before that, a lot of truth is going to come out. Um, like I said, a matter of time when all this stuff comes out. You probably caught me when I say about Bigfoot, and yeah, there is no Bigfoot. It's really uh, caveman. I mean, I believe the distortion, some of the witnesses, being scared and and some of them being attacked or being chased and possibly almost attacked. Um, they get the visual wrong, saying ape and but no, it would be it would definitely be caveman because of the how they're living and that, and a lot of stuff that shows evidence is of that, and I would have to say caveman, and because the way they act, the way they communicate is just spot on. I mean, it's spot on. So I have a source that's saying about caveman, and I'm waiting to hear back from him, and I probably do got to reach out to him and see the whole story on that. But he's the one that actually put me on, and uh, he's in the military, and he straight up said it's not Bigfoot. There's no such thing as Bigfoot. They're just using that term because that's the best way to try to put it on. They don't want to say, "Oh yeah, caveman," and then people are gonna be like, "Well, how is it the cavemen are still existing if you're, and dinosaurs aren't, and this ain't, and so on and so forth." So, I mean, come on. They try to say so many of these animals and so on were extinct. Now all of a sudden they're popping up. Um, they're digging and finding stuff showing that they did exist when they were saying they were myth. Um, I'm seeing a lot. I mean, you gotta, you really gotta watch the Discovery channels and stuff like that. Uh, and anything that has to do, pay attention to online about scientists and archaeologists finding stuff. Because if you can get it quick, because it eventually gets taken down right away if it's something that should not be existing. Because surprisingly, some things do go through, and they try to jump in and cover it up by getting it, taking it down, and then trying to either getting them to apologize, that was written wrong, or they'll make something up, and or it was false information, and we apologize, we thought it was real information, or whatever their excuse is gonna be that they took it down, they're gonna do, and pay attention to Egypt, man. I don't believe Egypt. The Egyptians were just based over there. Um, I do believe they came here. I mean, there's evidence of that, and that it's a proven fact. And it's funny how the Grand Canyon is cut off, and it's inaccessible for reasons. Um, I believe that there was a cave entrance found. I believe they went in and they found Egyptian hieroglyphs and artifacts and more stuff, and that's why I believe it was shut down. Uh, and no trespassing and stuff like that in those areas. Because before, uh, it was actually anybody could go in there and look around and all that. They're trying to say it's unsafe now, which I do believe the unsafe theory, but I mean, to make it no trespassing, like you own it, I mean, they would have to buy the whole land, right? Or get it taken. That's more what I believe. So it just baffles me on how they try to cover everything up. But like I said, if you really pay attention, you could seriously grab onto it and find out. Right, wait, this don't make sense. This don't add up. Blah blah blah. Like, what's going on here? And maybe that'll wake you up more. That's what I pay attention to. I look for those things, and then I'll look like, okay, I gotta look into this more. Okay, I gotta dig a little deeper. And then that's when you start realizing and finding stuff, and it's like, oh, wait, wait, this don't make sense. They're saying this now when they said this at first. Yeah, so, but do I believe an alien extraterrestrial invasion is going to happen? I doubt it. I honestly doubt that. I think it's going to be government with their own spaceships, their own UFOs, whatever you want to call them, and that's what's going to happen. So, you know, the population is so high, it's getting harder and harder to control, and the only other option, and you're seeing a lot of people starting to realize that God and Jesus 100% real. and they're starting to, be saved, and that's gonna scare them, and they're like, those people are dangerous, so we gotta do something, and that's where the whole Project Bluebeam comes in effect. UFO invasion, false one, whether it be drones, holographs, and including their own craft. That's probably what's gonna happen because 9/11, no plane crash in there. I mean, add it up. If a plane crashed in there would be airplane parts everywhere. They never picked up a single airplane part. Pentagon. If it only hit a bit, so the front of the engine would hit. I mean, come on. Where's the rest of the plane then? None of it. None of it was there. So you really gotta look. And hold up, I got proof of that. Hold up. I love that I got these. So this is the Pentagon right after, like soon after it got hit, supposedly by an airplane. Where is the pieces of airplane? Where is it? Nowhere, right? Nowhere. Now get this, Twin Towers. Where's the piece of airplane? I mean, come on. You see that? That's explosives. That's detonation. I ain't an airplane. I mean, look at that. It's exploding outward, not inward. Like both, if you look right, both sides are exploding outwards. If an airplane was going in, you'd only have this coming out. There wouldn't be that. Okay, it would be an explosion, and then you would have plane parts everywhere. Especially, you're talking about big airplanes. I mean, come on, and you would have the engines and all that, and the wings and all that stuff, just be, everywhere. Nothing. I mean, look at this airplane, right? Now, look at that. Come on, this would be everywhere here. And a bird smashed into an airliner, right? And all it did was dent it. A dent. That was it. So, I mean, them airplanes are just junk. But, something like that, there would be. They never took anything out. And then, a lot of it didn't make sense if you paid attention to the cleanup in that. There was a lot of pieces still sticking up from the ground. And that building collapsed. Now, I want you to go to YouTube and find every building that is detonated to be destroyed and brought down, right? Exact same way as it came down. Oops, sorry. Exact same way. Okay? How is that possible? Okay? That don't make sense. So, I believe they went in there because, get this, so there was missing money. They were basically being audited. So these people were coming in, oh, we got to go through all this and that to see where all this money went to. So, what'd they do? They knew it was going to happen. They went in there, sent people in there probably at night to place these in. Or sent a false maintenance crew in. Oh, this and the walls need fixed. Go in, set up that stuff, boom. So that's truthfully what I think. And they wired it otherwise, so that way it would make it look good. Did a holograph airplanes because if we pay attention, there's a video. There's a helicopter, and they come out, and they're panned on that helicopter, not the building, and you don't see nothing for forever. But as soon as they turn, all of a sudden this airplane just pops out of nowhere, boom, supposedly. But if you pay attention, how the airplane supposedly enters, and the explosion, it don't add up. Slow it down. Play it in slow mo. Play it in super slow mo and see. telling you. I believe that I caught and super slow before it was there. Once it was there, that's when the tower, went boom. So that'd be impossible for an airplane to actually, doom, and then it happened. So, like I said, conspiracies, no. This is not a conspiracy, this is fact. I mean, you can ask anybody that truthfully knows any contractors that do demolition that's what it was. So, and they just made it look sweet and good as best they could to, get rid of evidence and all that, and they didn't care who got hurt. Just how it was. And that's our government. They don't care. Look at all the whistleblowers that are speaking against the government, speaking about um, the airliners and that and all that. What happens? Anybody that comes out with those water cars, what happens? To get rid of gasoline, get rid of it. People could just go from their sink and put water in their car and boom, 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 and it would last them thousands of miles, or even hundreds of miles before they'd have to fill it up again. Come on, put two and two together. You cover more distance, and your car don't need as many repairs because it would be perfect. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the top thing. That is the best thing ever. But yeah, we're gonna end it here. And listen, like, share, and follow, subscribe, because I'm gonna keep going. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna put the government out there about every little thing, and everywhere else too. I don't care where. You tell me something, you write me in the comments. If you're in a different state and you want to say, whatever, hey, what's going on, I will look into it and then I will blast them out on here. I don't care. Any type of government, every type of law enforcement, anything. Gladly to put them on here and make them hateful famous. That's what I would definitely like. The hateful famous, the Karens, and the Joes. That's what I call them, Joes. Because I love putting those kind of people. Hey, let's keep putting them on there. Listen, when you got a Karen and a Joe, definitely please record it, please, and post it like crazy on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. Post it everywhere so we can get them famous, and even say where the state you're in, and kind of what maybe in the area you're in at. You don't have to say exact home address or nothing, but hey, I'm in Pennsylvania, Middletown area, or hey, I'm in Pennsylvania, Lancaster area. And look at this Karen or Joe. Hey, put them out there. We love those kind of people. We love to definitely let them and shut them down. I love it. I really do. And it's perfect. you know? So, you have a good night. I'm going to try and get some more posted up here as soon as possible so we can have a great time. So, have a great night. Like I said again, like, share, and follow, and subscribe. Have a great night.